Hey everyone, we're Chris and Sandy with the Chris and Sandy Show, where we get up close and personal with some amazing guests throughout the entertainment industry. And today, like I said in every episode, who do we have?
We're excited to have Motown recording artist Charlene Oliver, the powerful voice behind one of the most unforgettable ballads of all time, I've Never Been to Me.
So welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Thank you. It's so cool, you guys. This is neat.
So tell us about any projects that you might currently be working on.
Well, my projects now are some songs that I'm writing on my piano. They're very rough. They're not even finished. A few of them haven't really begun. They're just they're incubating. Little incubating songs. Yeah, but it's fun because I can move my seat up a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah, but it's fun doing that because I could always talk about the direction it's going. My songs tend to be kind of dark. They're kind of like Never Been to Me is kind of a sad thing and that thing. And have you heard Stevie Wonder and I Used to Be? Have you heard that one?
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah, that's a real heavy subject.
Yeah.
So that was it. But I tend to write a little bit under the current. I find that more interesting. Even though some of it's not all bubbly and hi, you're happy. It's not like that. And right now, I'm kind of finding life is not like that.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it's so different. But that's what I'm working on now is stuff that is more, the way that I write.
Okay.
I'm a pianist. I play piano and I play a little bit of guitar, but mainly piano. And that's kind of how I get my ideas and stuff like that. I like it. I like collaborating with people.
Yes.
So you grew up in LA and stuff and later signed with Motown. How did that happen? And what do you remember about that time period?
Oh wow, that time period is so far away. That was like the 70s, 70, mid 70, early 80s. But with Motown, I was working with my first husband. He was a guitar player. And we'd go to little parties and we'd sing. And I do a lot of Joni Mitchell things. Do you remember Joni Mitchell?
I know who Joni Mitchell. Yes.
That was like the voice that I loved, but I couldn't sing like her. But I loved her ambience of her voice was high, and she had a high voice, even though I really didn't have a high voice. But I used to sing along with her. And we went to this party, and we were doing a song that we went in the studio called Sweet Sad Clown. And we went in the studio and this girl came up to us because we were just singing in the party, just like, background music for people to hang out and stuff, And this girl came up to me. She said, I really like your voice. And I said, oh, really? I really? Because I wasn't used to anybody ever saying that, you know? So, and I said, thank you. She says, do you have a copy of that song that you just did? And I said, funny enough, I do. We went in the studio and a song, Sweet Sad Clown, we recorded that in the back, just in a little funky little studio, nothing fancy.
Yeah.
So she said, I really would love to have that. I work with Sammy Davis Jr. and I'm dating Berry Gordy. And I said, Is he the one that knows Diana Ross? Yeah. So, and I said, yeah. She goes, I would love to play that for him. And I said, oh, okay. And you hear things, people say things, and they never get back to you, or it's just like, sure, right. And well, she got back to me, and she said, I played your song for Berry Gordy. And he really liked the song and he loved your voice. And I said, oh my gosh, really? She said, yes, yeah, really? I'm like, oh my gosh. So she got back to me and she said, well, at the moment he's working with Diana Ross at Warner Brothers on a movie
wow.
that she just made called Lady Sings the Blues. The story, the story of Billie Holiday and that whole thing. And I'm like, wow, oh, okay. And I'm like taken back. I'm like, what? This is crazy. So she came back to me after she had the demo, the little cassette, and she said he wants to meet you, and he wants you to come down to the Warner Brothers commissary, which is where they have lunch and they have a little break, and he wants to meet you and talk to you a little bit. I'm like, oh my gosh, are you kidding? No, well, I didn't say that out loud. That was sitting in my head. So anyway, I went down to the studio, and I was sitting at the big round, table. People were eating and stuff. And all of a sudden, Diana Ross comes walking in. She sits down. Berry Gordy sits down. A couple producers and people who work at Warner Brothers sit down. And I'm like, oh my, what have I gotten myself into? What am I doing? I'm nobody. I'm nothing. I'm just a little country girl who rides horses and has a farm. That's all I am, I didn't take anything seriously. So anyway, she said, yeah, Barry's gonna come. So anyway, Berry Gordy shows up, and I'm sitting there like I felt like I was a piece of wood. I didn't want to move. Diana Ross is sitting there, and she's looking at me, and all these people are looking at me, and I'm like, what? Do I have a frog on my head or something? What's going on? Wondering why they're sitting there staring at me. And so Barry's the kind of guy, Berry Gordy's the kind of guy that he likes to catch you off guard. I want to catch you. I want to see how really committed you are as a singer. He didn't say that out loud, but that's what he does, right? So Barry says to me, he goes, Charlene, I'd like you to sing that song that you gave me to tape. And I'm like, really? He goes, yeah. He goes, yeah, stand up and sing it for me. And I'm like, oh God. And Diana Ross is there, and all these people are there, the producers are there. And I'm like,
it's a lot of pressure.
You guys, I showed up at that meeting in my overalls, my cowboy boots, and my button-up cowboy top. Because I had a little farm. I had horses, and So I go, oh, okay. So I stood up and I sang the song. And I remember Nancy told me one thing that Barry does when he really likes somebody and what they're doing, he bites his tongue. He'll bite his tongue. And that's the cue that he really likes what he's hearing. And I didn't even remember that, but he started biting his tongue, and I was like, that's weird. Okay, so I sang the song, and they're all like, oh, that's very nice, Charlie, very nice, very, very nice, and I'm like, yeah, right, you're telling me that? You're going to kick me out of here in about 5 minutes? So I went by, and I got the call. And Nancy called me, and she said, Charlene, Barry wants to see you up in the Motown office.
Oh, wow.
And it's 6200 Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah.
And that's where all the producers and the contracts and all the big stuff goes on. And I'm like, oh my goodness, what's happening? So my husband that I was married to at the time stayed back, and they just wanted to talk with me. So I go, and I show up in my overalls, in my cowboy boots.
Yes.
I was totally clueless, you guys. I didn't have a clue what they wanted me to do. I was like not ready for anything. Yeah. I've been singing in a little, studio. It's the size of my bathroom. I didn't have nothing. So anyway, I'm gonna close the door, please, hon. Thank you. So anyway, okay. So I was singing in little teeny weeny studios, and now I'm in a bigger studio. Studio. It was like a small little titchy place. So Barry goes, Charlene, we're gonna be signing you to Motown.
Oh,
like,
wow.
What? Wait. Is this like, do you know Diana Ross? I keep saying that. I keep saying that. Even though she was at our meeting, even though she was there, it was like, I couldn't put the dots together. I was like, and I'm sitting here, a cowgirl. What am I doing? Country music? Yeah, I don't know. So anyway, I signed with Motown, and what got things moving was I was working with every producer, every other kind of artist on Motown. I was working with everybody. Michael Jackson did a copy of a song that I did called "One Day in Your Life," and so he copied my vocal to a T.
Oh wow!
And he was just a little kid. He was a little kid, but his voice was beautiful. And so I did a demo of that. Okay. Little did I know it was not going to be for me. It was going to be for him. And I'm like,
oh wow,
that was going to be for me. No. Anyway, so I did all these songs on Motown with all these different producers, many different producers, and nothing was really gelling with my voice because I've got this Joan, the girl who sang "Yesterday, the child went out to wonder," just a easy, kind of soft voice, and they're giving me all these these R&B ballads, and I'm like, it doesn't work with my voice. I didn't think it did, and then the day that I met the man who wrote "I've Never Been to Me," he came into the office when I was in there. And he had a really deep voice, and he said, "Honey, my name's Ron Miller, and I wrote, I wrote the female version of 'I've Never Been to Me,'" and I'm like, "Oh, okay." He goes, "I wrote that. I heard your voice, and I wrote it around your voice." And I said, "Oh my, really?" I mean, I wasn't. You guys, I was so green. You know what that means? I was so out of it. I didn't have a clue what any of these things meant.
Right.
He goes, I wrote the female version of "I've Never Been to Me." And I said, "Oh, what does that mean?" So I was going through a divorce. I had been going through a pretty nasty divorce because my ex-husband didn't want to know him. All they wanted to know was me. Okay. So that caused a lot of friction in the relationship. So anyway, he says, I recorded this song and I want you to hear it. And I said, okay. And Kenny Hirsch, the one who wrote the music, was there. He came into the area where I was. He was playing, and the girls the demo singers start singing, "Hey lady, you lady, cursing at your life. You're a discontented mother and a regimented wife. I've no doubt you dream about the things you'll never do. And I wish someone had to talk to me like I want to talk to you." Right. I'm hearing this and I'm like, oh my God. Did you sneak into my house and hear my conversations with my husband?
Perfect.
Oh my gosh. So I'm hearing this, and the man who brought me the song sat at his desk, pushing his button down on this little tape recorder, playing this song, and I'm sitting there, and I fell apart. I started crying, and it brought my whole life was coming back onto me. My whole marriage and my whole messed up life came back on me. And the lyrics of the song,
those are powerful lyrics.
I want to talk to you. I've been to Georgia, California. Oh my gosh. So anyway, I was bawling my eyes out. And he stopped the tape, and I'm sitting there. I couldn't even breathe. I was crying so hard. And he said, are you okay? I said, "No, I'm not." Your song is telling me this is my life. This is my life. I don't even know who you guys are, but who you are. And I'm sitting here falling apart. And he goes, "No, honey, it's okay." He goes, "You sound beautiful in this song. This song this is the kind of song you need, not the Michael Jackson. Hey,
Right,
hey, you know,
yeah.
that's the kind of things that were pitching to me, you know. So anyway, the Berry Gordy he heard the little demo that I did, because I did the quick demo. And Ron Miller, the one that had the deep voice like God, talked to me. He said, we're going in the studio and we're going to record the song. Are you kidding me? He goes, yeah. And so what I didn't know was the studio that he was talking about was Hitsville in Hollywood.
Oh, wow.
Michael did all of his tracks, where the Four Tops did all their tracks. Diana Ross did all her songs. And this studio, when I used to work in the little studio where I worked, it was like the size of a bathroom. This studio was massive. It was huge. It was like, when I walked in there, I was like, what? Where am I? He goes, this is the Motown studio. This is the big place where Diana does all of her albums, all of her thing. Michael does all of his tracks, everything. And I am like blown away. I'm like, he says, we're in here now. We're going to record the song. Okay. And the way we do songs now, we do them in pieces. We do, the tracks, and then we have the violins and because the orchestra, we had a 30-piece orchestra on this song.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Can you imagine? You guys, all I recorded with these tracks was like guitar and drums or guitar, and that's it. That's all I ever did. I never knew violins. And Don Costa did all the violins. He did Frank Sinatra's violins on all of his tracks.
Wow.
These people I'm surrounded by, I'm like, I can't believe this. This is insane. So Ron says to me, Charlene, go out and get some lunch, go catch your breath, go, think that you're going to hang yourself, because, I was freaked out. Just go take a break, come back in about an hour, and we'll have a few little bits of tracks together for you to hear. And then we're going to work on the vocals, okay? And I'm like, oh my God, the vocals? I got to sing because I'm not used to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was big. This was huge. This is Diana Ross microphone that was like this big. I'm used to using a little microphone, like a little pin
Yes.
hole, And so I come back after my lunch, and I walk into the room where the violins and the things are, and I'm hearing these violins playing. And I say to myself, what is this? And I open the door, and there's Ron, the guy who called me, to come and sing. And I'm like, what? He goes, this is your track. This is my what? This is your song. And I said, are you joking? He goes, no, this is. Anyway, the very end of this whole thing, I put my vocal on it. It was absolutely stunning. Wow. I have never felt more like an artist in my life than I did when I heard this music. Because I was never an artist. I was just a little demo singer, who happened to fall into Motown studios and talk to all these people and all that stuff. So I did my vocal on it. It was beautiful. And there was one part that was missing. And this is the part that basically made the record. It goes, hey, you know what paradise is? It's a lie. A fantasy we create about people and places as we'd like them to be. But you know what truth is? It's that little baby you're holding, and it's that man you fought with this morning, the same one you're going to make love with tonight. That's truth. That's love, right? That pulled the whole thing in. The whole thing came in, but the song was never released with that. It was released. They left that out. And Ron always said to me, Charlene, they blew it. They lost this record because when it was released, it bombed. It didn't happen. It was like 90 in the charts. And he said, they've blown this record. They've blown it because they never took the talking part in. They left.
Yeah.
They never added it. And they used to say, oh, that's so corny. Nobody wants to hear that. That's really stupid. Nobody wants to hear. And Ron said, you watch. The minute we put that back in, you've got a hit. And that's exactly what happened. He put that in and bam, I was on the charts, #1 all over the world, #3 all over America.
Oh, wow.
Just so much happened. And it was like lightning struck. It was like things just all
overwhelming.
What?
It was overwhelming.
Oh, it was so overwhelming. It was so overwhelming. And the next thing I knew, they're going, you're flying into New York and you're going to be doing a meetup and an interview with Maurice Gibb from the Bee Gees. And I'm like, what? What are you going to be kidding me? No. And I love them.
Yes.
Like, oh my God. Are you sure? Are you sure? Yeah. And I was #1 all over. I was doing TV. I was doing radio. I was flying all over Europe, going, oh God.
And almost didn't happen.
It almost didn't happen.
Wow,
it almost did not happen. If we would not have added that, hey, you know what Paradise is? It's a lie. That and people ask me, what does that song mean? I say, well, the song, you can't take the song literally, okay? Paradise, I've been to Paradise, but I've never been to me. I've been to Georgia, California, Monte Carlo, sip wine and a yacht and doing all that stuff. It was like, that's not reality. The girl who's singing the song, which was me, is sitting in her kitchen ironing her husband's shirts.
Yeah,
which wasn't me, doing all this stuff, and all these things happened. It was all in her imagination,
right?
Because she wanted so badly to be that girl, who done all this stuff and all these things, but it was never that girl. It was always the song, but never her. But oh my gosh, when that happened, that was just incredible. And then I was all over Europe. I went to Australia, did everywhere. Because I was #1 in Australia for 6 weeks.
Oh, wow.
I was #1. Yeah, I was #1 in what other country? Oh, shoot. All these countries for like 6 weeks, #1. Big, just, oh my. And my head was spinning. My head was spinning. I just couldn't believe it. So
what's funny is about that, although we don't have a big moment like that with our show, I remember when we started doing interviews, we first started doing interviews with just music people, but we eventually expanded it to actors.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I reached out to a few people, and I had this agent email me back saying, I can't give you that person, but I do have somebody I'd like to put on your show. And so I said, yeah, sure. Tell me who. So he emails back and he says, if you want, I can put Ed Asner on your show.
Okay.
And I'm like, and Ed Asner, I mean, he's like the biggest thing out there, back in the day. And he's a legend within the acting world.
Oh, yeah.
And he ended up being like one of our very first actors to come on the show. So
we were definitely humbled there.
Oh, that's
it was
great.
Definitely a moment where we were like, when we got the email saying Ed Asner, we were like, our mouths dropped.
You were freaked out. Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. He is amazing. So you got a lot of different people on your show.
Yeah, we had over 600.
Oh God, that's incredible. That's incredible.
Most of it came between 2020 and 2023, because in 2022 both of our parents passed away.
Oh, okay.
The last remaining parents.
Yeah.
And they passed away like in less than 90 days apart. And so that So that just threw us a loop. So we kind of just
You took a break. You had to take a
break.
break. My God.
Long break to sort of heal from that.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Oh, wow. I know how that feels. Yeah. So all this stuff started happening, and then Ron calls me again. Charlene, I've got your second single, and I said, really? He goes, you're going to be singing with Stevie Wonder. I said, oh, I love Stevie. And I've known Stevie for years. You know, he was like he was just like a really neat guy who used to hang out in the office, you know, and we'd walk up to him and blindfold him with our eyes and go, guess who? That's so bad. That was so bad. He goes, Charlene, is that you? Yeah, that's me. How could you guess? It was just fun. It was all fun. So he sang me the lyric of the song, you know, used to, you know, how did the song go in the beginning? Oh shoot, I'm blanking out. But you know how it goes, right? Do you remember the song?
I do not. I've heard of it, but
okay. I've got to get my brain cells in check and go, okay, come on, fire up now. Wake up. Superman was killed in Dallas. There's no love left in the palace. Someone took the Beatles' lead guitar. Have another Chevys Regal. You're 12 years old and sex is legal. Your parents don't know where or who you are. You used to be a failure and you used to be the hero of the ball game. Took the hand to shake the loser's hand. Used to be that failure only meant you didn't try. In a world where people gave a damn. Great big wars in little places. Look at all those frightened faces. But don't come here, we just don't have the room. Love thy neighbor's wife and daughter. Cleanse your life with holy water. We don't need to bathe. We've got perfume. You see where the story's going? Used to be a knight in shining armor. Didn't have to own a shiny car. Dignity and dignity and something are the measure of a man. Not the drugs he needs to hide the scar. Whoa, 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 whoa. Does your teacher read? Can your teacher pray? Does your president have soul? Have you heard a real good ethnic joke today? Mama took her speed, but daddy ran away. But you mustn't lose control. Let's cut a class. I've got some grass. The kids are wild. We just can't tame them. Do we have the right to blame them? We fed them all our indecision. We raped their minds with television. But what the hell? They're too young to feel pain. What a lie that is, huh?
Yes.
I believe that love can save tomorrow. I believe that truth can make us free. Here's the clincher line. This is I'm narrating as I'm singing the song. This is where the song lost all of our audience. Someone tried to say it, and we nailed him to a cross.
Oh.
I guess it's still the way it used to be. Oh my God. People were like, get rid of this person. Whoever she is, get rid of her. It's like they could not understand that.
Yeah.
You know, that part of that song was so powerful. And so, you know, it was so powerful and so meaningful. But it came about 10 years too soon.
Oh, God.
It came out 10 years too soon. If it came out today, it might have been a big hit, but not.
Definitely.
No, but not back then. You know, 1980, 89, 87, whatever it was.
Yeah, that time period.
Different time. You know, yeah.
You know, a lot of people, they see the glory and everything that you have done, but they don't see the grind, the sacrifice, the tears, the struggles it takes to get to any level of entertainment. And I always want to talk about that because nobody really does. Right. So take a few moments and just tell us about that side of it that people don't see.
Okay, this side of it is, oh, Charlene, you're so amazing. I love that. You're just such a great singer, and da 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 da. I say, yeah, but you know what? There's a really dark side, especially to used to be with me and Stevie. I said it was almost like I was put on the front line in front of a firing squad. And they were gonna put me there, and they were just gonna blast holes through everything that I've done because of how dark this was, how heavy it was, and I didn't even sing the song. I didn't even write the song. People are blaming me. I said I didn't write it. You know, Ron Miller wrote it, and it was like he put me in front of a firing squad and said, "Here's Charlene."
Be the face.
Oh my gosh! It was like I was floored. I went into the darkest because the song bombed. It bombed, and they were blaming me, say it's your fault, and how can you sing this? Wow. How can you do this? It's just nothing. You'll never, you know. And it was like, oh my God, it was horrible. It was awful. It was like I was just nothing. But I said, you guys, I didn't write the song. Ron Miller wrote the song, and then he put me at the wall with a firing squad on my back to destroy my life. And that's kind of what happened. It kind of destroyed my life.
Wow.
It destroyed my life. It was horrible. But it was so, oh my gosh. I mean, Stevie was like just so amazing.
Oh, wow.
You know, he was such a neat guy. He was a friend. He was like, you know, he was just amazing. A genuine, great guy. You know, he never, you know, what can you say? You know, what in the world can you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, oh man, it was so powerful.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people, they also see you, but they don't see the team around you. In our opinion, teams never get any love.
They don't.
Out there. On our show, teams always, and I don't care if you got a team of one person or a team of 300, like people like Taylor Swift would have.
Yeah.
A team is a team.
Right.
So take a few moments and just tell us about the people that support you.
Okay. The team that support me are, well, Ron Miller, who did, but he passed away quite a while ago. And I miss him. I miss him so much. He was a rock behind me. He believed in me no matter what, you know, but he loved my voice. And he used to say, Charlene, you know, I'm really good friends with Barbara Streisand and Celine Dion. I knew all them, you know, but you're right up there with your passion. He believed in my passion. That's what he believed in. You know, little did he know what I was suffering inside with all these incredible songs, you know, and all these things and all this up and down, you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that, you'll never be this, you'll never be that. You know, it was horrible. But, you know, I just went along with it with him. So Ron was the number one person who was in my life. Then my husband, who was always there, just very confused. He didn't know anything about music. He didn't know anything, but he's learned since I was in the music industry. He saw me just break. He saw me falling apart all the time because, oh, this is going to happen. That's going to happen. Oh, this is going to happen. Oh, you're never going to have that. You're never going to have, you know, when Never Been to Me came out, people were going, oh, that song's hooey. That song's a joke. That's never going to be a hit. It's just a bunch of garbage. And I'm like, and I'm hearing this. And Ron is the one that kept saying, Charlene, this is a big hit. This is a huge hit record.
Gotta have people like that.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Thank God for him, you know. Mm-hmm. And there wasn't a lot of people. A lot of the people at Motown were not that favorable of me. Because I'm white, they're black, I'm on a black label, and they give me my own label called Prodigal Records, which is a white label, and there was a lot of back and forth, not sure who I am, where I'm going, what kind of music I need.
You were still trying to find that identity.
Yeah, I was trying to find the identity, and they were trying to find the identity for me. They were like, and they wouldn't. A lot of people would never allow me to be Charlene. I had to be somebody else. I had to be whoever I had to be. Who knows who I had to be? I didn't even know who I had to be. But it was like it was the most beautiful and also the most treacherous time in my life.
Wow.
The most beautiful, where I was on the charts and I had all this beautiful fame, and I had Rolls Royces picking me up at my house and driving me to the TV station and and then so that was beautiful. And then I had the horrible, you're nothing. You can't even sing. How dare you be on Motown? You don't belong on this label. You're a little white girl who can't even hold a note. And I'm like, what? What did I do? All I did was sing the song. But, oh boy, the merry-go-round that I was on. Oh, I would never. That's why I have two daughters. My first daughter, Jessica, who sings like Alicia Keys or Celine Dion. She's got the most beautiful, angelic voice. She says, "Mom, I will never go into the music industry."
Oh, wow.
I saw what it did to you. And I saw how you had a couple nervous breakdowns.
And it's worse now because of social media.
Because people don't make any money. They don't make money. See, now you have to have, sell millions of records to make 5 cents. But now, you have to, you can't even do it. It's impossible. So, oh God, what did I gonna say? I'm sorry, I got thrown off. And it's like, yeah. So I went through too much. And I was a little farm girl. I was a farm girl. I rode horses. I delivered horses. Oh my God. That life was like the most amazing life you could ever have. And that's where I came from, So, I'm getting all mixed up now. Where was I?
Talking about your kids.
My kids. Yes. Thank you. So Jessica, my second daughter, I love her. She's another one who can sing. Oh my God. Oh, she does a Whitney Houston song that blow you. My girls are far better than me. They are past me, but neither one of them will ever sing. Never. Mm-hmm. Where they will sing will be in church, and that's it. Never try to do anything like what I was doing. But see, what's funny, guys? In my mind, I was never searching to be a big pop star.
Yeah.
I wanted to sing, but I just wanted to have fun,
Yes.
But it turned out, all this.
Because it blew up so fast.
Oh my gosh, it was so fast. It was too fast, and my girls from this point on, they don't want anything to do with it. Nothing. Wow. They say, "Oh, it's great, Mom, but no, Mom, please don't get back into that." And
speaking of kids, like your kids, as you know, we got a third co-host.
We do, our 13-year-old son.
So Sandy's going to go get him real quick.
Yes, his name's Christopher. Yeah. I'll go get him.
Oh.
You met Caitlin earlier.
Yeah. Oh, sweetheart. Oh, what a sweetie. Before I got back into doing the interviews and stuff, I was working in a music store, and I was teaching piano and vocal for young kids because I play piano. So I was teaching kids to play piano, and this one little girl, she was just the most beautiful, sweet little thing, 9 years old. "Charlene, I want to be just like you." And I'm like, "No, you don't." No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't want that. You don't want, please, don't ever have that. But they wanted to be in the industry. They wanted to have the limelight, but they didn't know the torture that goes along with it.
Because there's glory, but there's also the downfall part.
Yeah.
There's so, and what's one thing I like about interviewing so many people is I've got to kind of experience a little bit through your eyes and other people's eyes, because I've gotten to talk about this, and so it's been interesting.
Oh, it's very interesting. Hi.
Hey, Charlene. So, what's your favorite food?
What?
What's your favorite food?
My favorite food. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm Italian. Can't you tell by the way I raise my hands all over? I'm always spitting pasta around.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry. No, I'm Italian. I'm Italian.
Yeah. All right. My favorite food is pizza.
Yeah. Oh, what do you like on your pizza?
Pepperoni sauce. Well, pepperoni sauce with technically all kinds. Pineapple, a lot.
He likes it all.
Oh, you're one of those. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like that. You know what I like on my spaghetti and my pasta? The sauce and a lot of hot pepper.
Oh.
Where it blows your head off.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so great. So what else do you like?
Of what? Pizza or
Music? Who do you like in music?
Well, I do like country music.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yeah. All right. I have another question. So, what's been the coolest experience you've had in Journey so far?
The coolest journey?
Yeah, the coolest experience you've had.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to tell you one experience. I got to tell you one experience I had. I was on my way from New York to London. I was in a Rolls Royce thing to go, right, like the $1 million car, right? And I had this. This is so horrible. I'll never forget this. I had this wraparound skirt that you tie. And it was beautiful. I was really thin, and I was young, and I was thin, and all this good stuff. And my stop is there, and I get out of the car, and the driver, okay, oh, here, your ride's paid for, you're all done. So I closed the door, and my skirt got caught in the door. Oh my God. And I got out of the car, and he drove off, and my skirt went with him. And I'm screaming, like people are going. You know what? The rest of that, I don't remember. I was in a blur.
You were freaking out.
I don't know what happened to me. My skirt, he closed the door too soon. And my skirt, oh God, that was crazy. That was the most insane experience I've ever had.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I had these long stockings on, long like tights, which kind of is it's not revealing at all. And it's on, but the thing is, it was all
I guess it became revealing.
What?
I guess it became revealing.
Oh, it became very revealing. The thing is, I made it revealing because I was screaming. And then I go, what is this lady screaming about? And people are going, they're covering their mouth and pointing a finger at me. Oh my gosh. I think that's one of the worst.
Oh,
that's definitely a wild one. Where do you want to be? You've done a lot through the years. Where do you actually want to be in the next 5 years?
The next 5 years? Well, I love writing books. I write books. I've written one book called Orphan Train, and it's a story of the Auschwitz. The death camps, and it's very dark. I'm very dark. I'm a dark writer. Okay, the death camps, and there was a young, beautiful Jewish girl named Aria Novella, and she she was seen by one of the commandants, and he fell in love with her. He fell madly in love with her, and she's Jewish, right? And of course, the Jews are like to destroy him, and he just falls in love with her. And the story goes they kind of hooked up a little bit, and things happen, and it's a pretty heavy book. It's a heavy book. The other book that what?
No, laughing about it.
Yeah, the other book I wrote called Oliver's Army, the Book and the Quill, and that's like a Harry Potter. Okay. It's where this young boy gets put in a dungeon by his stepmother, and they forget about him, and they don't want anything to do with him, and he's forgotten. And all of a sudden, he finds this book up in the attic where he's been locked in. He finds this book that is talking to him. It's communicating to him, and it's kind of like, it's really spooky. I don't know where this stuff comes out of my head. I just don't know where. I don't know. and then the other book is I got another book. I've got a couple little fantasy books that are cute, that are neat. They're more fun. Yeah. But that's
so what do you hope you never forget along your journey?
Oh my God. The people I love, and the people who love me, and my career. I prayed a lot when I was working and doing all this stuff, that I wouldn't be forgotten, totally forgotten. I don't want to be somebody that's like, oh yeah, who is that? That she can't sing, that the singing that went so deep in my soul. It was so deep inside of me, and God, the Lord, brought me out of this. Wow. And he made me see who I am, and that I never want to forget it. I never want to forget it, even though sometimes I'm like, oh God, Lord, why? What is going on? Okay, what is happening here with me? Why do I have to go through so much ups and downs? I feel like I'm on an elevator, just up and down, up and down. You just don't know. You don't know where you're going to land. And I just want to land in a good place, and I've met the best people, you guys. You guys are awesome. And I've met so many good people, in my life that have been there for me. And even though I feel like I'm nothing, and Charlene, Motown? Yeah, right. Who are you to say Motown? You can't be on Motown. Well, they picked me. I didn't pick them. So it's like, I think just not wanting to be forgotten,
Yeah, definitely love that. So as we close out here, what advice would you give that person that wants to do what you do? I know you said don't, but let's say that they're going to do it. What advice would you give?
Okay, if they're going to do it, number one, if they're going to do it, you got to have some people around you that love you and know you and understand what this industry is. It's not a little ball in the park thing. And I know nowadays it's different from when I was, younger, but you got to get some good, solid people around you who understand, and to read some books on people who have been famous and what has happened to them, don't go into real horror stories. Yeah. You want to give some hope. You want to give some hope, because a lot of people have had a lot of hope and they've done it, but you got to have people around you who understand what you're going into, and kind of understand what could happen, and you don't want to go in there blind. You don't want to go blind. You want to go with your eyes open, just to keep solid people around you. And that's how, that little girl that I was teaching, which she would, Mommy, I want to be like Charlene. And I would say to her mom, said, no, please don't let her do it. Don't let her do it. No. Because she was, oh God, she was just so sweet, so beautiful, so sweet, and such a good little singer. you know, but you just don't know. You just don't know. Just keep your eyes wide open.
Love that. That's great advice. We definitely loved having you on the show, and you're
Thank
always welcome to come
you.
back.
And what?
And you're always welcome to come back.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. You guys are great. You're great. And what was your name, honey? What was your name?
Chris.
Chris.
Yeah,
So
he's Christopher.
Yeah.
Christopher, what is your goal? What do you want?